Brothers War is finally here on Arena, and with it comes a new limited format. So mostly when a set comes out, I start drafting to get cards because I'm free to play in this game. But this draft set is not very good. At least those are my first impressions. I haven't drafted that much. I've drafted like about 10 or yeah, around 10 drafts. And I find the format to be relatively fun actually, except for the cards I have in front of me. So let's get into what makes the format fun. First of all, let's start off on a positive note. So this format has a lot of prototype cards, and I feel like those cards are really fun to play with because they give you that flexibility. I really like flexibility in draft. I feel like it really adds a layer of decision making, as in like, do I want to play this for its prototype costs? So yeah, prototype. I mean, you guys probably, if you're playing limited, you know what prototypes is. I don't need to show it, but so yeah, you can prototype for lower costs and get like a artifact creature out, or you can wait and get that creature or pay the full cost with like power stones and stuff later down the line and get a more powerful creature. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the format, and I kind of like I like power stones in general. I feel like ramping into big things is kind of fun. But it does create an overall format that feels like it's very card quality oriented, which means that, you know, if you have better cards than your opponent, most of the time you're going to win because it's a pretty grindy format. It seems to go into the mid to late game potentially, and whoever has like the better cards overall is just going to come out on top, usually with either bomby rares, which there are some in this format, but yeah, it's mostly caused, I think the power imbalance is mostly caused by these retro artifacts. I don't know what else you can call them. I don't know if it's called like an archive or something. Yeah, the retro artifacts, in my opinion, kind of ruin the format. I don't know if the format would be that good even without them, but I feel like this definitely adds a layer of power and kind of variety of effects that doesn't really fit in a format of this power level. Like these cards are all reprints, right? So some are really powerful. Well, some are, yeah, they're all powerful, but some are not very good in draft. So you have that variety. First of all, you can get like a shitty rare, or you can get like what's that card? The copies the mask thing that you slap onto a creature. You can equip it. Yeah, Helm of the Host. Like I lost to this once. There are a lot of like cards, like even Chromatic Lantern is extremely good in this format. I wouldn't say like this is a bomb or anything, but getting is like really nice. Mystic Forge is like absolutely amazing, obviously. I think the issue is that, well, obviously, so all these mythics are strong. So let's break this down. First of all, you open one retro artifact per pack in draft. So first of all, you open a rare, and then if you have a retro artifact rare, that rare goes to the next player, right? Because you can only pick one. So assuming both are viable, another person is getting a rare for free, essentially. That's happened to me once where there were 2 mythics in the pack to my right, and it got passed to me, and then I get a free mythic, you know? Like, I feel like that kind of randomness is not welcome in drafts. Well, it really depends on how strong the cards are, right? But in this case, they can be extremely strong. Like, I've lost the Staff of Domination as well. Like, it's very frustrating. Even uncommons are very strong. Some of these are extremely strong. Like Elsewhere Flask is actually good. Like a lot of these fixer cards are like really good. Sigil Valor I lost to. A lot of cards are extremely weird. Like even Burnished Heart I've lost to. Like this ramping into like the prototype cards is pretty brutal. Foundry Inspector is really annoying. Jeez, there are a lot to go over everything. But anyways, I'm kind of rambling off. So 2 rares in a pack possible, 2 mythics in a pack possible. That's already bad, in my opinion. Next, we have the problem of, well, as I was going into, the problem of just general power level in this specific context of a set. So a set that's very artifact focused, right? And then we're printing retro artifacts, so those fit into that archetype or the flavor of the set, first of all. So these are usually cards that are going to fit in your deck, that are going to have synergy in your deck. And some of them, as I mentioned before, can just take over the game. And I feel like it adds more bombs on top of the format that already is dominated by card quality, at least as far as I can tell. Obviously, these opinions could change in the future, but I've had a pretty negative experience overall. Just losing to like cards that, you know, I feel like shouldn't be in the format. Cards that it always feels bad. Cards that add too much imbalance, really. So we've gone over those 2 points, and I really think that these are ruining the format. If I had to guess, it's mostly the uncommons, but the fact that you can get too rare, I really feel like without this, the format would be okay, is my guess. Like, obviously we can't play without them, so it's hard to tell. I feel like the format would be better. I think there's no doubt that it would be better. I think that's certainly true. Better as in more balanced and more enjoyable. Because I really don't... In drafts, in formats that are bomb heavy, it feels bad to lose to a very specific card in drafts, because it feels like, oh, they just drew it and they drafted it, so they win, right? Like that feels bad. That kind of feeling is something you don't really want in limited, at least on a competitive or balanced standpoint. They can be fun, I guess, if you play draft for fun, it's fine, but I'm more so arguing on the basis that you're spending a certain amount of gems or gold to get into one of these events, right? So I tried best of 3 and best of 1, and they both don't feel too good. And so you're investing up front, and you don't want the draft to feel like it's completely out of your control. I mean, it's never going to be completely out of your control, but it feels bad when your opponent could have a lot of things, because you could have 2 rares per pack, right? Your opponent could have a lot of things that you just simply didn't get in your draft phase, or, well, then there's the natural RNG of draft. So it's compiling natural draft RNG, which is just coming from limited. So like sometimes you get screwed, sometimes you get flooded. Sometimes you don't draw your bomb, sometimes your opponent draws the bomb, sometimes they don't draw the bomb. So there's that variation already, and on top of that you have to add like the what did I open variation. I feel like that gets closer to like a sealed than an actual draft where you're picking cards. But yeah, those are just my initial feelings. This is a short video, but yeah, I mean, if you guys are enjoying this draft, really do comment in the under the video, so I can kind of grasp what other people's feelings on the draft are. Like, so far since I've been drafting on stream, I've also gotten a lot of feedback that people tend to agree with me, but I don't really have a wide enough scope of what the overall player base thinks of this draft. So yeah, I'm definitely curious to see, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.